All right, when it comes to buying and selling a home, there are tricky waters that you need to navigate. And the Mullen Blankfeld Group and Las Vegas Real Estate Radio, the sponsors of this segment, they're here to help. And here with more is realtor and radio host Harvey Blankfeld. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me back, JC.
It's always great to talk to you. There's this lawsuit, the National Association of Realtors lawsuit that happened.
Right.
Can you touch on that?
Yeah, well, so what happened was there was a variety of lawsuits, actually, and the National Association of Realtors developed a settlement. And one of the main things that came out of the settlement was that now for a realtor, in order for a realtor to show a home to a client, they actually have to have a contract with that client first.
Okay.
And the objective was they didn't want the sellers to be committed to any kind of a cooperative commission to the buyer's agent. They want the buyer to negotiate directly with their agent and determine what that commission should be.
Is this going to affect the actual cost of the home then?
Okay, so a lot of buyers are really concerned about the idea, well, now I got to spend more money.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is market conditions will drive that. And currently, I would tell you that the majority of sellers are helping buyers to pay their agents like they were before. And sellers come to realize the idea that if they want to get the same price that their neighbors got 2 months ago, when sellers were in fact helping buyers pay their agents, they need to continue to do that if they want to get that same number. Mm-hmm. Apples to apples, comparable sales price. And it's just like closing costs have always been. Buyers could always ask a seller to help with closing costs,
okay.
And lenders would allow it.
Yeah.
This is just another closing cost. And now, so that becomes part of the equation as well. And as an agent, I need to know what my buyer's capabilities are. If they can't afford that, we know we got to get it from the seller.
Can you roll that into the mortgage though, like those closing costs, or can you?
Unfortunately, you can't roll that cost into the mortgage, but you can, like I said, you can ask the seller to do it, and lenders recognize that cost is historically a seller cost. Mm-hmm. And so they're not counting it towards a cap. You can ask for the help on the commission, but you can still ask for more help on closing costs too. If your closing costs are 3% and the commission's 3%, you can ask the seller to help you on both if you need to. So a buyer really only has to come up with, in that case, their down payment. That's all they need.
Listening to you and all the knowledge that you have, how important, because you are the expert, how important is it to have a qualified expert agent representing you?
You know, I can't emphasize this enough. You know, historically, sellers have taken time, and I encourage them to interview several agents to determine who's best for them, mm-hmm. who has knowledge of their neighborhood, who's got the experience, who knows how to work them through a transaction and get them to a finish line that's going to be productive and get them their goals. You have to do the same thing now as a buyer. Interview a couple of agents, determine who's going to be best serving you. Count on their experience, count on their knowledge, count on their market knowledge. Don't necessarily go for the cheapest one, though. Uh-huh. I just don't think that's always smart. I mean, agents who sell their services too inexpensively, I think they're doing a disservice, and maybe they're not going to get you the best deal.
Well, Harvey, you always have great information. I'm going to read some information here and give a QR code. That QR code, if they scan it, they get a free inspection?
Yeah, if they use us to buy a home, we're going to pay for the inspection for them.
I love it. Harvey, thank you so much, and thank you to the Mullen Blankfeld Group and Las Vegas Real Estate Radio for sponsoring this segment. Call them 702-203-1165. There's that QR code. Scan that QR code for more information, and Las Vegas Now